So the next topic that we're going to review is total and lateral surface area. So once again, this is another unit in which the formula sheet is going to be very important, and also writing down the formula and substitution is going to be very, very important as well. So as you can see here, we have the Prism formula for lateral surface area, and then Prism formula for total surface area here. And then for cylinders, here's the lateral surface area formula, and here's the total surface area formula. So, these are all prisms. We are going to need to use the formula at the top in order to figure these out. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to start by finding the total surface area, and then from there on out, if I want to find the lateral surface area, it'll be very easy. Okay, so let's first write down the formula. S is equal to pH plus 2B. Okay? Now, let's go through each individual component. S is, of course, just going to be total surface area. So P in this case is going to be the perimeter. That's going to be the distance around the base. Okay, so this is going to be the base perimeter. So base perimeter. T-E-R. So, as you can see, 6 plus 3, and then plus the back over here, which is another 6 plus 3. All that together is equal to 18. So the perimeter of the base is 18 centimeters. Next, I need the height of the entire figure. The height goes from base to base. So it's the distance from this rectangle to this rectangle. That distance is represented by this right here, which is 4. So my height is going to be equal to 4 centimeters. Next, 2 is 2. We don't really have to do anything about that. But this big B, we've seen this before. This is going to be the area of the base. So big B in this case is going to be 6 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18, so that's going to be 18 centimeters. Now, once we have all of these, it's just very, very simple. We just plug it into the formula. So perimeter is equal to 18. H, as you can see, we figured out is equal to 4. And then 2 is just 2. And then our base area is going to be equal to 18. So now, we could do 18 times 4, and you could just put this all into your calculator, but I'm just going to separate it into steps. And then 18 times 2 is going to be equal to 36. So next, S is going to be 72 plus 36, which is going to give us 108. So 108 centimeters squared, because this is area, is going to be equal to our total surface area. Okay? Now, let's say that you want to figure out just what the lateral surface area is. What the lateral surface area represents is all of the areas of each surface except the base. Okay? So I'm going to figure out the area of all of the walls basically. For example, let's say that I have a square room. I want to paint all of the walls. So all of the walls is going to be my lateral surface area. When you paint something, you want to paint all the walls. You don't want to paint the ceiling. You don't want to paint the floors. So you're just going to paint the lateral surfaces. The lateral surfaces is everything except for the base. So not including the base. So this part of the formula here, this 2b, it's basically saying 2 bases is the area of both bases. So we don't want that for lateral surface area. We just want this. We want the perimeter times the height. So this over here, and then it goes up. So P times H, if we follow the formula, is going to be equal to 72. So my lateral surface area is going to be equal to 72 centimeters squared. Okay, let's try it again with this example. S is equal to pH plus 2B. Alright, we need to figure out P first. Now, as you can see, this is a completely different shape. Now, perimeter of the base. This is a triangular prism, so my base is the triangle. What you have to remember here is all you're doing is you're adding them up. So 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 3, 10, 11, 12. So this is going to be equal to 12 centimeters. That is going to be the perimeter of the triangle. Okay? Now, the height of the entire figure goes from base to base. So what is the distance from this triangle to this triangle? As you can see, it's going to be equal to 11. So the height is equal to 11 centimeters. Now, this is the part where people always get confused. This is going to be equal to the base area. Okay? What is the shape of this base area? It's a triangle, right? So we need to figure out the area of this triangle. Area of a triangle is equal to base times height divided by 2. Or you can think about it as area is equal to half base times height. Either way is fine. Okay? Now, remember, the hypotenuse does not count for anything in the area of a triangle. So let's X that out. We just need this base, which is 4, and this height, which is 3. Alright? So base times height, 4 times 3 is 12, and then half of that is going to be equal to 6. So our base area is 6 centimeters. Please remember this. Triangles are very, very important. Okay? So now let's plug everything in. The perimeter is 12. The height is 11. 2 is just 2. And the base is 6. So 12 multiplied by 11 is going to be equal to 132 plus 12. So 132 plus 12 is going to be equal to 144. This is going to be our total surface area. So our lateral surface area is going to be just this right here. Okay? Which is going to be equal to 132. And that's going to be centimeters squared, and this was centimeters squared. Okay. Last thing, same triangle, PH plus 2B. So the perimeter is going to be this triangle here. So it's going to be 5 plus 5 plus 8. So 10 plus 8 is going to be 18. So 18 centimeters is my perimeter. My height goes from triangle to triangle, so that's going to be 12 centimeters. And then lastly, I'm going to need half the base times the height. The base in this case is 8. The height is 3. Remember, we don't count the hypotenuse. We do not count the longest side of the triangle in our area. So 8 times 3 is going to be equal to 24. And 24 divided by 2, half of 24 is 12. So it's going to be 12 centimeters. So the perimeter is 18. My height is 12. 2 is just 2. And then this is 12 as well. So this is going to be equal to 24. And then 18 multiplied by 12 is going to be equal to 216. So 216 plus 24 is going to be equal to 240 centimeters squared. Now this is going to be my total surface area. And once again, if I want to figure out my lateral surface area, it's just this first part over here. So my lateral surface area is going to be equal to 216 centimeters squared. LSA. Alright? So, those are the basics and the most important thing. Let's